Hey guys, what's up? It's JRCuber. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at this really fascinating puzzle, which is known as the Dueling Tetra or the Dual Mastermorphix. This is a puzzle that was made by RCPongo. I'll leave the link to his channel and social media in the description below. He's a 3D designer, and this is a 100% fully 3D printed puzzle. He has a bunch of really cool original designs, most of which he has made videos about and shown in some form on his channel and on his Instagram and everything like that. This one I got from him at Nationals this year. He had a whole bunch of modifications that he had brought, and he wanted me to pick my favorite one to take home and make a video about. And this one was my favorite. I really liked the shape of it, and I just thought it was a really fascinating idea to have like two Mastermorphixes kind of smushed together in one, is the easiest way to say it, I guess. So if you guys haven't figured out already, this is a 3x3 shape mod. This is a face right here, so you've got your 4 edges here, 4 corners out here, and the center in the middle. So if you look at it like this, you can see the Mastermorphix face right here if you kind of ignore this part, and you can see the entire Mastermorphix form, and then you can see there's another one here that intersects it. So here it is compared to a standard Mastermorphix face, at least a flat-faced version. You can also tell that the edge length is a lot smaller, so the inner 3x3 is a bit smaller than this one. But yeah, so you can kind of see how the faces of these two are similar. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's pretty awesome though. I really like it, and it's a lot of fun to solve as well because there are certain parodies because of how it's been stickered. So you can see that, like, for example, this edge here is identical to the very opposite edge, just that the colors are flipped, but when it's all scrambled up, you can't tell that. And that's the case for all of the pieces. So it makes it pretty tricky when you're trying to find corners because you've got 2 red, white, blue corners. There's one here and there's one here opposite of it. So yeah, it's a really interesting color scheme, and I think it's really cool. So I want to show you guys the mechanism because this has been completely 3D printed, like I said. So here you go. Here's what the piece looks like. And yeah, you can kind of see the lines in the 3D printing and stuff. But yeah, you can see that each of these pieces has been thoroughly sanded and, you know, sanded smooth, because when you first get a part out of a 3D printer, it's very rough and doesn't look this nice. So then the same thing with the corner. You can see that it's a pretty basic mechanism. It's nothing too complicated, just standard Rubik's Cube mechanism, you know? And then there's a really interesting design for the center caps, which I want to show you guys as well. This is something that I found really super fascinating at Nationals that he was showing to everybody. I put it in the vlog, but I'll show it to you guys in the video here in case you guys didn't see it. So these center caps do not pull off normally. If you pull it up, nothing will happen. If you look right here though, you can see a little groove, and that's because the center pulls out sideways like that. And it has like this locking mechanism like this, so that the center cap has to be slid in from the side instead of being pushed in from the top. And that makes it impossible for the center caps to come out during a solve, which is really nice for a puzzle like this, because you need to always keep your center orientation constant, because if a cap pops off and you accidentally put it in when it's rotated 90 degrees, that will make it impossible to solve for a super cube puzzle like this where the center orientation matters. But I think this is also a super cool design for a speed cube, because it would make it impossible for caps to pop off during solves, which would be really awesome. And it would just take you know, you just have to pop out an edge and slide the center cap off if you wanted to adjust the tension. So as for the actual turning quality of this puzzle, it's actually really nice because it's been sanded so well. So there's a little bit of spring noise, but it does move really nicely. And for a fully 3D printed puzzle like this, I'm really impressed with how well it moves. So yeah, what I wanted to go ahead and do is go through a solve. So I'm gonna go ahead and scramble this up. It is a bit tricky to solve. It's a little bit it's a little hard to get your mind wrapped around, especially because there also can be parity. So you can pretty much start with any center. It doesn't really matter. What I like to do first though is just orient all of the centers. So we can see here now all of these little white stickers are facing the same way. However, it doesn't look like that is the right way to do it, because we need these blue stickers to be facing the right way. So we've just got to kind of find the right way that works. So basically I'm just looking for 2 centers that when I align them properly also get aligned on the other sides. So that's not quite right. That'll line up somewhere. Yeah, okay, now it looks like these two are aligned. So if we line up white here and white here and white here, like that. Okay, now everything should be aligned. Okay, so all the center pieces are aligned now, so that means I'm going to go ahead and start with this face and bring in all of these edge pieces. So we need a blue and white edge here. That'll fit in between here. So that you can tell by these two colors here. So we'll go ahead and bring it in and then move it out of the way to fix the center orientation. So that piece is in. We'll go over here. We need red and blue. Red and blue is right here. So we can see that it comes in here, but we need to fix our center orientation first. So we'll move the edge out of the way, fix center orientation, and then move the edge back. There we go. For here, we need green and red. Here's green and red. As you can see, it fits, comes right in here, but we first need to fix center orientation, of course. So we move the edge out of the way, fix center orientation, bring it back, and insert it. Last one here, white and green. We can just do the same thing. This one is flipped the wrong way though, so we'll bring it up and then turn it over, align the center in the right way, so it's gonna be like that, and then bring the center down from the other side, or the edge down from the other side, sorry. And there we go, that's our cross. May not look like much of a cross, but everything is lined up here with all of their centers, so that is good. Now we can insert our corners. So here we're gonna need blue, green, and red. So there's a blue, green, and red corner right here. So we'll insert it like that, and we'll go ahead and put in the edge with it as well, just to make it easier. The edge is right here, so we'll take it out, and then it's going to need to go red down, so the edge will come down like this, so red will pair up with this corner color. See how that pairs up like that? And now the white pairs up with these two stickers here. Over here, we need white, red, and green. White, red, and green right here. Oops, see, this is the wrong one because this is white, red, and green, but it's these two colors are flipped. So we need the other one, which is right here. So I don't want to lose this, so we'll bring it out from the back like that, and then bring it over here and insert in that corner like that. Now all the colors are matching up. So we'll also bring in, this edge is actually in the right spot, but it's flipped. There's another edge that's exactly like it though, so instead of just flipping this, we'll just insert the other one. So this one will come in here from this angle. Okay. For this one, we need blue, green, and white. And there's blue, green, and white right here. That's the wrong one. The other blue, green, and white is back here. So this has to be the correct one. Perfect. Now we need white and red right here. Insert that in. Perfect. Last one we need is red, white, and blue. Again, there's two of these, so one of them is incorrect and one of them is the correct one. This one is correct, and we also got lucky with that F2L as well. So our first two layers are now done. So now onto the last layer. We have to see what matches up with the centerpiece. Right now nothing matches and nothing is flipped, so we'll go ahead and do a soon and see what we got. This one is correct but flipped, and none of the other ones. So we'll do a soon, another soon, and see. Okay, so these two are in and these two are in as well, but these two are flipped, so we have a line case basically. So we will orient all of our edges up like that. Now we can cycle them around this piece, so cycle these three with a soon. It's important that we do it this way because we don't want the center to change orientation. There's another way you can do it where you have two in and two out, and you keep the two that are solved here and here, and then you do a soon. But that changes the orientation of the center, so you don't want to do that. But if we do that soon one more time, then we can get all of the edges in place, and now our cross is solved. So now to put in the corners, to look around and see which corners are solved. Right now it looks like none of them are in the correct place, so we'll cycle them around once. Now it looks like this one is in, and the other 3 are out. So it looks like we did not get the parity this time, which is pretty lucky. Yeah, now you can see everything is in the correct spot, but not oriented correctly, except for this one. So we'll orient this corner, just like that, and then bring in this corner and orient it. Bring in the last corner, orient it, and there we go. That is the puzzle solved. So we didn't get the parity. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the parity is either 2 corners being switched or the center being rotated 90 degrees. It's basically the same thing if I remember right. And the way to fix it is just to swap 2 of the identical edges. So like this one and this one, or this one or this one. It doesn't matter which one it is. So it doesn't matter if it's this piece or these 2 or these 2, because if you get the parity, it means that there's already one swap. So if you do a swap to any of the pieces, then it will cause there to be either 2 swaps or no swaps, and that's the same thing when it comes to identical pieces like this. Just like how on a Rubik's Cube it's impossible to solve if one of the edges is flipped wrong or one of the corners is flipped wrong, but if 2 of the edges are flipped wrong or 2 of the corners are flipped wrong, then you can solve it. And that is the solving process. It's not too bad. Sorry if that was a little bit hard to follow. It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around it and kind of know where to look because there's so many stickers and so many colors and everything like that. But yeah, so RCPongo does make these puzzles. He doesn't really make them to sell though, but he does make his 3D designs available for people to download and print on their own if they want to. So once again, I will leave all of his links down in the description below, the link to where you can find the 3D files to download, also his channel and Instagram and everything like that. I want to give a big thank you to RCPongo for giving me this puzzle to show to you guys. It is a fantastic puzzle that I've really enjoyed playing with. So yeah, huge shout out to him. Definitely go and subscribe to his channel. I think he deserves way more publicity than what he's getting because he's a fantastic designer and he makes some great stuff. So go check him out. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like. Links to all of my social media pages, my Patreon, and my merch store are all linked down in the description below as always. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.